Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Trucking with Mike, and today we are going on a nice little trip. We are going from Springfield, Missouri, which was where we're about to head over to Sonora, California. 1,800-mile trip. It's just gonna take us a few days on this trip. So this video here will be multiple parts. There'll probably be about 3 parts for this video, okay? Part 1, you know, which will be today, and probably part of tomorrow. Part 2, part of tomorrow, the next day. Part 3 will be the last day and getting there. So, let's get a roll on, because we got a long trip ahead of us. So like I was saying, this is gonna be a little bit of a trip. And, you know, my calculations, not counting today, it's gonna take about 3 days. Plus the rest of today. So possibly, you know, full 4 days, possibly. But I'm basing the 3-day portion. I'm basing the 3-day portion off driving 600 miles a day, which, you know, I'm going by 11 hours, so, which puts me at roughly 54 miles an hour average doing that. Even though I can go faster than that, that's how I averaged it out.
Fremont Road.
We are almost to our pickup location. We're picking up at O'Reilly's. I didn't say that. Or it's called Ozark DC or Ozark Automotive. I don't know why it's called Ozark Automotive, because it's just pretty much O'Reilly's. But we're picking up at this one here in Springfield, and that's where we're delivering it to. We're delivering it to O'Reilly's. They're in California. But we need this left lane, so we gotta get over whenever we can. Probably do it after I get through this light here. Get it. See, this part here is the only thing I hate about driving through towns is stoplights. Like, it just drives me up a wall. Especially if I'm like fully loaded, like, I just hate it. Don't want to do it, but it's something every truck driver has to do, whether they want to or not. Like, I don't even care about the traffic part, it's just the stoplights. If they took out stoplights but added a lot more traffic, I wouldn't care. As long as there's no stoplights. So this street here to our left, it's called Patterson. You can get into O'Reilly's that way, but I believe the only area I know to check in is by going up to this next street, which is on Barnes, and making a left, and then making a left into there. Because I know whenever I was in training, sometimes my trainer would go to the other side. But I think that's because he
Turn left at the traffic light.
He did more local stuff. That's what he did, was a lot of local. So he pretty much knew, you know, I think he like knew the people, you know, so he had that, you know, he was able to go to the back and just back into the dock rather than have to go check in, because he already knew the people, because he'd been going there, you know, forever now. Because that's the same thing with the caves. Like, he has the person, because we pick out of the caves here too in Springfield, and a lot of times he'll just call the number for the place we pick up before we even get there, so that way he doesn't have to deal with going inside and checking in and all that. He can just pull up to the gate arm and tell him where he's going. Tell the gate guard where he's going. Alright, so all we need to do is go over these train tracks.
Turn left, then turn right.
And it'll be right up here on the left. Oh, this
Turn
is the,
right on
this
East
is the
Cairo
other one.
Street.
Oh. Yeah, this ain't the one I was thinking.
Turn right on East Walnut Street.
I was thinking of the other building. This one's This one's their other. This one's their second building. They got two buildings here. I guess the other one might be on Patterson. Yeah, the other one is on Patterson. This one here, you don't gotta. It's kind of a weird one. You don't gotta really check in at the guard check. Yeah, I'm sure it used to be like that, but not anymore. But the issue here is I'm not 100% sure where to check in at. I believe right up here. Yeah, right up here. Alright, let me go check in real quick. We are loaded and we are taking off to California now. We're very light. I know that. I'm gonna go weigh it just to double check because the paper didn't have no weights on it. And O'Reilly's usually gives us some very light loads, but without there being a weight on it and me going so far, I just want to make sure that I'm not dreaming pretty much, and that we are very light when it comes to this trailer. But we're just gonna hit up this pilot down the road on 44, going towards Oklahoma. Yeah, so what we got loaded with, it looks like there might be a new store opening or something, because there's cash drawers, so I'm guessing cash registers. There's an open sign. There's some shopping carts. So I'm kind of just figuring. I'm not for sure, but I'm figuring that it's probably a new store opening or something like this $1 General I went to. I delivered to because they were doing remodeling. It could be something like that also, where this O'Reilly's is remodeling their store. But I have no idea. All I know is I'm delivering stuff to O'Reilly's. And I'm not sure where I'm stopping tonight. I do have ideas about where I'm going to stop, but I haven't really, figured out where for sure. It just depends on my time and all that. We'll just have to see what we look like. Once we hit our fuel stop, I'll know for sure where we're stopping. We are here at the pilot. We are here at the Flying J, about to get weighed, so that way I know I'm good for sure. Because I know it's very light, but I don't know how light. And I don't know where my TMs, I know where my TMs are, but I don't know what the weights on are. So I just want to be on the safe side and not have to worry about it too much. At least for this trip. There's a homeless guy standing out here. But then also while I'm up here, I'm gonna walk the dog because we are on the road on the way to California now. The next stop we're gonna hit is Hinton, Oklahoma. Down the Loves there. So that way we can fuel up. And then the next fuel stop they have me going to is Williams, Arizona. So the Loves there. To fuel it up again. there on the left. Yeah, so we take a left and then it looks like we take a right from the looks of it. Alright, we're off the highway and we are now about to make this left here so we can go over to the Lowe's. Oh, they got a Sonic's, Chester's, and a Sugar Creek, whatever that is. Never heard of that. Alright, we are going. Looks like we turn here, turn right. Pull into that one right there. And before I actually fuel, I gotta go inside and go bathroom. So I'll see y'all whenever I get done. Well, we got our fuel, we went to the bathroom, we're on the road. And I was looking at a place to stop. I think we might stop, I can't remember the town name, I think it's like Armel or something, Armelio or something like that. New Mexico. There's like a Love's, a TA, a Pilot, there's all sorts of truck stops there. So I think that's where we'll stop. It's about 200 miles down the road, so a little less than All right, so we are stopped for the night. Now the place I thought I was gonna go to the Lowe's, which is about another, give or take, 10 miles back, going east on I-40. I was gonna stop there, but my GPS screwed all up, and so I accidentally missed the exit for it. But either way, my GPS wasn't even bringing me to the right exit, so it was a whole thing. And then I saw that there was a rest area here, so I'm like, let's go to the rest area. So we're stopped at this rest area, and the Lowe's I stopped at when I fueled, I bought something. Let me show y'all. I bought a air seat blowgun. Gonna get this installed, so that way I don't have to sweep out my truck, you know, all the time. Because yesterday I spent like 20 minutes sweeping and, you know, cleaning up, and it's dirty again. So I went ahead and bought one of these. We're gonna set it up and I'm gonna use it. All right, I could not figure it out, but I even watched a video. But the issue is these on the video I watched, they had where they unhooked the airline at to hook up the blow hose. It looks different than what I have, so I'm just gonna wait until I can get into maintenance and see if they can do it for me, or at least tell me how to do it. So we're gonna wrap the video up here. If you haven't yet, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and this is part 1. I don't know if you all noticed, this is part 1. There's gonna be a part 2 and a part 3, so don't miss those. They'll be pretty good too. And also, just so you know, if I can see it, can't really see it, but I set up a thing over there on the mirror, so that way I can do backing up things, like shots, backing shots. But yeah, I didn't get to do it. I was gonna do it tonight, but you know, I pulled in, so we didn't do it tonight. But I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.